سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم، فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم، فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم، فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم، فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. سواهما other than. Siwa is other. Siwa, it means in this context other the. Huma, both of them. So other than the both of them, siwahuma, which means what we talked about before, the noun and the verb. They have marks, and the verses listed some of these marks. So other than both of them, the noun and the verb, الحرف. الحرف is the letter. That's the word harf, means letter. So الحرف, the letter. So other than the both of them, the letter. And what they mean here is the meaning letter. Meaning letter. This word harf in this context means meaning letter, which can be formed by 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters. But they call it harf because none of the marks for the verbs and the nouns apply to it. And so it's like the letter. It needs to be with something else to have a meaning. So that's why they call them meaning letters. In English, you can think of them as the prepositions for, in, by. So that's what's meant by this al-harf, the meaning letter, al-harf, letter. Kahal. Ka is as. So ka here is as. Hal. Hal, depending on the context, it can mean did he, like when you question, have a question about something, you say, did he come, or did he eat, or did he go, or is he here, is he going, and so on. So it's used for question. Wafi. So this is called a meaning letter here. Hal. This hal here is a meaning letter. Hal. So it has no meaning or does not mean anything unless it's connected with something else. So they call it a meaning letter. So this hal here can be seen with nouns and verbs. So by giving these types of letters, he indicated that 3 sections of these meaning letters. Some of them will go with nouns and verbs. You will see them with nouns and verbs like hal here. Or fi. Fi here you will only see it with nouns, which means in. So this n here is for nouns. So fi is always with nouns. And lam here is always with verbs. This v here is for verbs. So walam. So other than the both of them, the letter as, hal, and fi, and lam. And this lam here, which negates the present tense verb and moves it to the past. So this you will only see with verbs. So other than the both of them, meaning the noun and the verb, is the letter as, hal, and fi, and lam. فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. Now he starts discussing the types of verbs, and he started here with the present tense verb, فعل مضارع. فعل is a verb which means to act, but it's also used to indicate, to describe the verb. So when you say فعل, you're saying verb. So فعل مضارع meaning the present tense. This word مضارع doesn't mean present. There is other meaning for it, but that's how it's understood. فعل مضارع, it indicates the present tense verb. فعل مضارع. Now he points out a mark for the present tense verb. So فعل مضارع يلي. يلي comes after. This is a verb, means to come after. So a present tense verb that comes, yali, comes after lam. So a present tense verb that comes after lam, kayasham. What he means here is that the end of the present tense verb is influenced by lam, as in the example here with the verb yadhab, the present tense for to go. So here it says yadhab. The present tense verb, if its end is a consonant, it could have two movements, an u and an a. It changes from u or a depending on the what letters are or factors that affect it. So that's the normal state of the present tense verb, and it's the only verb that changes its end, the present tense. There are some cases that it does not, but in general it changes from u or a, the last letter, if it's a consonant. Now if lam comes before it, and you will only see it with the present tense verb, it will cause it to lose these movement. It's called jazm, which means no movement, or sukun, calmness. So this small circle means no movement, no a, u or e. There is no movement here. And verbs, they never take the ending with e. There are some exceptions, but in general a verb you will not see a verb with an e at the last letter of it. So only u, a for the present tense, and this circle here, which means no movement. So I can say this yadhabu, yadhaba, or yadhab. The reason it went to yadhab, no movement, is this lam here. So by saying lam, a present tense verb that follows lam, kayasham, notice as, ka here is ya, as. So yasham, to smell something. So that's the word for sham. Yasham, this ya is the present tense letter, and the verb in the past tense is shamamtu, I smelled something. So if I say I smelled a perfume, I would say shamamtu atran. So the word is sham. Yasham is the word for he smells something. So as yasham. So what he's saying, after lam, the word will lose the movement at the last letter if it has a consonant. Like here I put the example, he did not go. Yadhab is he is going. This is the present tense for the word to go. Yadhab, he is going. Lam yadhab, he did not go. So it moved to the past. In the past, this negation lam here, it means he did not go. So this whole thing moved to the past now. So lam yadhab, that's how it's done in Arabic. If you add this lam before a present tense verb, it indicates in the past he did not go with this verb. So that's the effect of lam. So you will see it with present tense verb. So that's the meaning of this verse here. Now an example about hal with nouns and verbs. Notice here, hal zaydun huna. Hal, Zayd is a proper noun. Huna is here. So I'm asking, is Zayd here? So notice in English you would think of hal here as is. That's how we ask about if Zayd is here in English. We say, is Zayd here? So hal here is close to the word is in English. And here, hal dhahaba Zaydun. Notice here's a verb. He went. Dhahaba is the past tense of to go. Dhahaba, he went. Hal dhahaba Zaydun, did he go? So notice the hal here. In English I would use the word did he with the verb. This hal here. So that's how the meaning letter hal is used, and you will see it with nouns and with verbs. Now notice here that you only have nouns after it. You're asking, is Zayd here? But here you have a verb and a noun. In this case, you connect it with the verb. So you're asking, hal dhahaba Zayd? Did Zayd go? So if I see a noun and a verb after hal, I will be thinking about the verb. So, did Zayd go? And hal does not have an effect on the ends of these verbs or nouns. But the noun ending will change depending on its position in the sentence. So that's for hal. Fi, you will always see it with nouns. It's one of the prepositions, but this one is a letter, a meaning letter in Arabic. That's how it's called. Lam, we talked about it for negation of the present tense. So سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. So here the commentator is discussing some of the things we discussed. هل زيد قائم? Is Zaid standing? هل قام زيد? Did Zaid stand up? So notice how it's used. Here I use the word is to explain it, and here I use the word did. So هل زيد قائم? Is Zaid standing? Here هل قام زيد? Did Zaid stand up? So قام stood up. قائم is standing. This here is a noun, and this here is the proper noun. So just notice these here. Here he is discussing the division of the verb into past, present, and command. Now he continues with the second verse. We will not talk about the second verse now. I try to keep these videos with one verse. So the second verse here we will cover next time, inshallah. Now we look at the meaning of this word yasham in a dictionary. So Ibn Manzur is a name of an author for a dictionary, Arabic dictionary. You can look up this author's name in Arabic Collections Online. This site here, Arabic Collections Online. And you will have different volumes from his dictionary. But I don't recommend using this dictionary by beginners. It's difficult to navigate. It's not organized according to the alphabet the way we are used with other dictionaries. But there is a version of it that is edited, so it will be just like other dictionaries. It starts with the alphabet and you just follow it just like you used to with other dictionaries. Just Google it. It should be on the internet. This here is the word sham. So because of that stress mark, that's how you would see it. It should be shamma. This here is silent, and this one would have an a on it. So we stress it. We don't pronounce shamma. We say shamma. You just stress it. So it's two letters there. Now it says it's the sense of the nose. So here is two ways of pronouncing this word sham, and I just wanted to point that out. So they have two forms of it. Shamimtuhu in the past tense, ashamuhu in the present, I smell it. Notice the movement on the sha, asha. And the other form is shamamtuhu, ashummuhu. And I think this is the one you would see most of the time, ashummuhu, which means I smell it. So he used this form, the first form, in the verse. Ashammuhu, I smell it. Ashammuhu. For the third person, he smells it. Yashammuhu. So this is just an explanation of the word he used. And as I said, the one you are most likely to see is ashummuhu, the second form. This one here. Ashummuhu. I smell it. Yashummuhu. He smells it. سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم. سواهما الحرف كهل وفي ولم فعل مضارع يلي لم كيشم.